Hey, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention, Oz Chris here with reviews on Daredevil number 2 and Batman Detective Comics number 999. So, starting off with Daredevil. So, continuing on for the previous issue, Daredevil is now New York City's most wanted killer. One of the robbers that he tried to stop supposedly died half an hour after being taken to the hospital. So now Daredevil is a wanted killer, and his friends some are hesitant. They may have believed he did cross a line and purposely killed someone. Foggy tries to get in touch with them. He's on the fence. He wants to believe that Matt wouldn't have done this purposely, but knowing his history as Daredevil, look, you've told me about incidents like this from the past, people who have died, and Matt is very clear with, I didn't do it. So he goes around interrogating, and also telling people that he has been framed. He doesn't want to hide from this incident. He still wants to go out and be Daredevil, but hardly anyone really believes him. So the detective on the case, Cole North, begins his own investigation. So first he goes to Fisk, knowing their history, and also revealing that once he's done with Daredevil, he's going for Fisk. He knows Fisk is still shady as hell. I mean, it's Wilson Fisk of all people. And also Daredevil is there to figure out if Fisk was the one that framed him, but nothing. He's getting nothing from his super hearing lie detecting. Wilson Fisk had nothing to do with framing Daredevil, but after visiting his church and getting some kind of a bit of counseling, what he should do, he's told, just do what you've always done. Help people. He tries to, but still no one believes him. So he decides to go back to the scene of the crime to see if he can find some proof, some evidence left behind that can prove that someone else had a hand in this, someone framed him to be a killer. And I'll leave it there. So this is definitely I really like this issue. It was another good issue. Art and coloring, great as always. I still believe it's by the same. Still by Marco Cicchetto and Sunny Go on coloring. So far, Zdarsky 2 for 2 with Daredevil. I really like this issue as well. If you haven't picked it up, definitely pick up Daredevil. My recommendation of Marvel. No, Marvel is Marvel. It's terrible, but there are a few titles that are actually legitimately good, and so far Daredevil is 2 for 2 with that. Definitely check it out if you want. So on to Detective Comics number 999. We're almost there to the big 1000, the doomed child. So at the end of the previous end of the previous issue 998, Bruce is confronted by he's confronted by his child self, and reveals that today of all days is Bruce's birthday, and that he created all these events that's been happening at the start of Tomasi's run. Batman made it. Batman is the one that orchestrated these events, but he doesn't remember. He doesn't want to believe that he did it. So he refuses to fight a child, but as they fight, Kid Bruce starts to age into an adult. So now Bruce is willing to fight his doppelganger, going through, and this fake Bruce is trying to tell him that all of this scenario, all that has been happening so far, is to remind Bruce the cost of being Batman, to remind him to be better, to always get stronger, And the cost of that was Bruce Wayne himself. He can't really, as he says, as young Bruce says, 3 people were murdered that night outside the Monarch Theatre, but one was reborn, baptized in his own blood. These graves aren't here to feed revenge. These graves are here to feed justice. They represent the living and breathing citizens you prevent from going into the dark before their time. So, Gotham, everything has a price, and that price was you, Bruce. He could never truly, really be Bruce Wayne. I know, like, a lot of people like to argue, Bruce Wayne is actually the mask, not Batman. He's really just Batman, and just Bruce Wayne is the alter ego, the person he pretends to be. And I can definitely see that, and this is kind of shown with this issue. So as it's revealed, it's Bruce forcing himself to go through this simulation. He does this every time it's his birthday, and Damien asks, what's this program's task? Isn't it obvious? To kill me. He wants to be better. And as he says, my fear is that one night when I need to be stronger, faster, and smarter, I won't be good enough. There's a cost to wearing the cowl, just as there's a cost to being Robin that we both know all too well. But that cost doesn't weigh as heavily as I would if I didn't wear the cowl. So all of it was to test and to make Bruce better, and to constantly remind him of the price he made to become Batman, to make sure other people don't die as well, or don't go down that path as well. So cover, I like the cover. Art, as always, is great. The art is amazing on this. I will say I'm kind of slightly disappointed that it was all a dream kind of a scenario. I'm a bit disappointed with that, but I really like this. I really like the take, kind of getting into the mind of the almost psychological examination of Batman, considering the other current Batman writer, Tom King, does a terrible job with examining the psychosis, examining what is Batman, who is Batman, what goes on in his mind. King really doesn't understand Batman in that regard, but Tomasi does, and this is portrayed very well, despite the fact it is a kind of it was all a dream cop-out, but Tomasi and the team portrayed this understanding the mind of Batman extremely well with this issue. So almost at 1,000. One more next month, okay? Next month, March, is 1,000. Although I'm wondering, will they also do a celebration for like 1,027? Since I think it's Batman 27 is technically, it is the first appearance of Batman. It's where Batman started from. So will they do something for 1,027, as that would technically be the 1,000 issues of Batman Detective Comics? So I don't know, we'll see. But that's it for these 2 reviews. Both definitely pretty good books, great books. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.